All right. Do you guys use the 1-800-PRO flowers? I just use them online. I'll pay for it, too. I don't want to.
You did?
Yeah.
You don't want any favors.
No, I don't care.
No favors.
You don't want any favors from these phonies.
These phony balonies.
And that way you see how it really works.
I'm sure it's good. I just don't know what to write on a card ever, because you get to write it on a card on the computer. Like, what do you put?
Did you put... Because Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did you put, I love you?
I put thanks for effing me.
Please tell me that's what you wrote.
No, I couldn't. If I thought it would go through, I would, believe me. If I thought that they would keep it. Dude, I get whacked because her Valentine's Day is tomorrow and then her birthday's in 5 days.
You don't get whacked.
Why?
You spend less money.
You think?
Yeah.
Not this early in the relationship.
But you spend less money. Over the years, you'll spend less money if you know, this is going to be a long-term thing.
Over the years.
Buy her a bridge gift, like one thing, give it like the 17th in between the 2 days. There you go.
You'll do a little less for Valentine's Day knowing you have the birthday. I'm telling you, you save money in the end.
Is that
I've known people that have been with, whatever. I don't want to blow up somebody's spot. But you know, they get screwed in the end when you have a birthday very close to a major holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the end, you save money.
Because it's not as special, maybe, because there's the other thing going on, so there's like two things.
Yeah.
I don't know what to put. I put I love you, of course.
Aw. But you don't know what to put before that. Dear sweetie.
No.
Baby.
Yeah.
Dear. Not dear.
Not
just,
dear baby, no.
Just
is
baby.
It baby blank? Sometimes you do a baby doll or baby...
No, it's a real baby.
Baby needs changing.
So you're putting baby. So how long have you been together, technically?
We started seeing each other probably a couple of months.
Though it has only been a couple of months.
It seems like forever, you see.
I love you, Jim. Imagine just putting the most heinous Valentine's Day card, and not to somebody that has a sense of humor that would get it, but just really to one of these like housewives that just don't have that type of sense of humor, and just put that. It seems like it's been a lifetime with you. You see.
Let's blow up everyone's...
Oh, my God, what is he doing?
I should send one to my mother from my father.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that.
That's what I was getting at. We should get all our O&A pests to just send out cards.
Oh, is that great?
Sign it from me. Because we're not going to be able to figure out what their real names are. So just write from me. I'm sending in this card today because I have to. From me.
From me.
How funny would that be? Just a mass mailing of Valentine's Day cards.
Wait for me in the bedroom.
I didn't include a vase. You know where I want to stick these. Thanks for nothing.
But you wrote something on the card?
Just one line.
Just one quick line.
Yeah, because I mean, we say nice things to each other.
Aww.
I'm always like, hey, you know, you're nice.
You're nice.
Yeah.
Are you going out? You doing anything or?
I don't know if we are tomorrow. I know for the birthday we're going out to dinner.
Yeah.
I don't think we made plans for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Going out on Valentine's Day is ridiculous.
Yeah, plus something.
So you got to go like the night before or after.
Mm-hmm.
She told me this weekend anyway to gigs, so we'll hang out.
Or go very early.
Take a horse ride.
Have a brunch.
She loves brunch. I hate it.
I did a brunch last year. It worked out perfect.
Brunch stinks unless you drink.
Yeah.
When you're drinking, brunch is the best thing. Used to do brunch in Huntington.
Yeah?
Right kind of near F.H. Riley's over there in Huntington.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My brother's restaurant, 400 New York Avenue?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was right there. There's a place for brunch, and the actual food bill was something like $40 for like 4 people, and the booze bill was $380. And this was Sunday morning. Yeah. Ooh, the Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
He had a drink because he was miserable.
True. Oh, did I ever?
No, he drinks to have fun.
This is great brunch, you piece of crap. Give me another mimosa. I'd like to have a mimosa tree with you wrapped around it. It's an actual tree.
She was with a shrew, huh?
Oh, boy. What?
I
mean...
God. I can't... You know when people say, usually over time, you only remember the good times. You barely remember those bad times, so it makes, nostalgia seem... you get nostalgic about things, and it makes old times seem better than they were because you're only remembering the good and not the bad. I cannot remember good. I have no recollection of any real good times.
But you were married for 10 years.
10 years. Not 9 years.
9 years.
And I don't really remember. I remember having good times when I wasn't with her, like during those 9 years. Like hanging out with friends, doing the show, things like that. But I don't remember actually sitting down and having one good time.
Not one.
No, that's just it. I'm trying to find one.
Would you be sad if she died?
I will be 1,000% honest with you. No. I would not be sad. I don't wish death on anybody. That's an awful thing to carry around with you. So I wouldn't do that, honestly. But if, God forbid, something were to happen, I wouldn't be sad about it. I wouldn't be sad.
Would you cry?
No. I wouldn't go to the funeral. I wouldn't do anything. She's nothing to me.
How much time would you spend with the news?
With the news?
Of that particular news.
Of that event?
Yes.
We're on to something else. What do you want to talk about?
What would your reaction be?
Yeah, let's see. You'd probably know first.
Why would I know?
Because you'd probably get some kind of message from somebody that knows her, being in the Huntington circles.
I don't know about that.
You might. An old friend of hers.
I honestly don't know what she's been up to.
No, I know. But if it's something like that, if she was up to death, you get a phone call.
I'm trying to think.
It might be.
Maybe.
What about the ex? Maybe.
No.
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 Good.
No.
I mean, even under that extreme circumstance.
No.
No. Well, she might then have someone call you.
Probably. I don't know.
You'd probably find out.
Just because of the Huntington connection.
Yeah, the Huntington thing.
It's all right. We find
you're
out.
in the bar business. So, they'd all go into mourning. They'd fly their flags at half-mast. Half of them would be out of business.
Fly their taps at half-mast.
Their taps. Going out of business.
Oh, we can pour beer and play taps at the same time.
Just see bar for sale.
Sorry, guys, only half a beer for everybody today.
I'd find out.
Only pouring half beers
today. I'd go, wow, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
And then I'd be curious as to how it happened. And then I'd go, oh, well, I better stop the automatic payments.
Here's a question. If you could choose, obviously you would never do anything, but if you, in some grand scheme in the universe, could choose how it would happen. Like, say God came to you.
Choose how it would happen.
Said, this is your choice. How would you want it to happen?
That's too much responsibility.
But like if you had
for me,
if he did,
one man.
Let's say if you threw dice onto a bunch of different choices, what choice would you want to have happen?
I like something ironic.
I'll answer for
I'll call on Greg.
On the way to the bank, trying to cash an
alimony check.
Yeah,
something ironic. Yeah, I would like something ironic.
Knowing my pal Anthony, it would have to be something ironic.
Something a little twisted and ironic. Yeah,
where you would have to go.
On the way.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. I didn't want to say it, but...
No, you don't want to look like a complete ass, so you'd be like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Isn't that odd? She was going there to... she didn't make it to the bank. Does that mean that that's hers?
Wait, the bus she was on to go to the bank with the big check did what?
Wow.
That's kind of funny.
That's kind of funny and interesting. So, what's new?
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. I can't remember one good time. I just don't. That didn't involve like other people, and the good time was with the other people and drinking and hanging out, partying and things like that.
And she was just an incidental cancer.
Right, an incidental cancer on the good time. A malignant tumor on the good time that could not be removed and still is there.
Isn't it nice to be in a happy and healthy relationship?
Yes.
Do you write romantic stuff on cards? I can't picture you being romantic.
Me?
I think you'd be very lovey and dovey, but do you actually sit down and would you write something?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it lovey-dovey?
I'm a writer.
How could you be lovey and dovey? Could someone just be dovey?
Yes.
That's silly if you're just dovey without being lovey.
It's if you're kind of a faggot and you like birds at the same time.
You're just cool.
Yeah, you're just...
I'm being dovey, honey. And then I'm going to crap all over your patio. You'll put up plastic owls to keep me away.
How'd you know the noise doves make?
I don't know. I've shot a few in my day. I used to go dove hunting in California. Twist their little heads off and skin them.
Aw.
So, wait, what would you write that's romantic? Like, what's something you'd write that's romantic? Like, that's nice.
I'm not sharing.
Come on, something. It doesn't have to be something you've written, but just something you could think of writing. Something soft and sweet.
Trying to think of something that I actually didn't write.
Well, that's something you wrote. It's not bad.
No. I'm a sap.
Sweetie.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta write, sweetie, comma, indent. And then just write what you feel.
That's right.
3 simple words. I am gay.
Well, maybe not those words.
Something with you complete me.
Aww.
Oh, that's a good one. I wish I would have known that. See, I didn't write that at all. I wrote, thank God I was a complete person before I met you.
Thanks a lot. I used to have a lot more fun before I met you.
That's true.
Dear
Is it wrong?
baby.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
How about, baby, comma, thank you for saving me a fortune in hookers.
I don't think she'd like that.
All right.
You complete me. That's good. I should have thought of that.
Oh, Chris has a good one, I guess. A good ironic way.
All right. Let's go to Chris in Queens.
Chris.
Hey guys, good morning.
How you doing, my friend?
Ant, I just thought it'd be so ironic that your wife would get hit by an MTA bus with a big Free FM billboard with you and Opie smiling.
Now that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Crossing the street with that big check in her hand, and here comes a bus with the big O&A sign on the side.
On Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Let's go to Schwoogie.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Schwoogie.
Hey, Ed, after listening to you for all these years, I need to know, was your wife a looker?
A looker?
Was she good looking? You never described what she looked like.
Yeah, she was average. I'll give her that. You know. I was a tin knocker. What was I gunning for? A supermodel?
I had no idea how you were going to answer that. She was average.
Hey, Opie, just a question for you, man. You told the story about Sandy and Ant's ex. Think those two were getting it on and all? She pulled a Carol on you from Friends?
I have no idea if those two even talk. I have no clue.
Because you said they were very good friends and they kind of turned on you.
Well, that doesn't mean that people are involved in a lesbian relationship.
Yeah, Jesus.
It just seemed, they were on a cruise together? I mean, come on.
Who knows?
I think that was more a way to get back at me. That was a good one, too.
Yeah.
Gotta give her that. Jesus.
God bless them if they're having fun with each other. Whatever.
Took my Amex card and went and took Opie's ex-girlfriend on a cruise.
How'd that happen?
But by taking my Amex card and putting...
Why didn't you refuse the charges?
I paid you back.
It was like done or something by the time I found out.
I felt so guilty. I'm like, dude, I had nothing to do with this, but here.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Paid me back.
I was
for
in my own hell. I'm like, here.
his share of it.
But isn't that stealing?
No, there's no stealing in that.
Oh, marriage, man.
Yeah,
No
that's right.
stealing in marriage.
Stealing.
And a marriage gone wrong. There's no stealing until it's final.
How much did it cost you, the whole vacation that you didn't want to?
I don't remember. I blocked that out of my head. Yeah, it was a few G's.
Oof.
And that was after taking the 40 G's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
So it's awful.
A lot of G's. I was going G's all the time. G's. G's. All those G's. G's. Oh, this is such a good day before Valentine's Day conversation. Oh, look, I'm getting all nostalgic. I'm getting all misty. My eyes are welling up and tearing, thinking about all the G's.
I love the fact you went, she was average.
Yeah, it was.
She was just average.
She was average. She looked better at the beginning, the whole thing. Back in, I guess it was the late 80s, somewhere around there. And then it was just, do a few shots too many. And those, God. Where's my beep? Where's my beep? Because I can't even. Those goddamn nails. Holy. What the was she thinking about those nails?
What do you mean?
They were so long they started kind of curving.
Dude,
Ew.
she had this friggin' obsession. And I don't know if she still does or not. With these nails that would be as long, half the length of her fingers themselves. Giant, claw-like that
lying.
You usually see on big, fat African-American women.
I would go with 2 inches?
Huge.
Easily 2 inches.
Huge.
Did you think it was kind of cute?
No. Never liked the nails.
Did you ever tell her?
Hated the nails. Why would I want to invite that upon myself? Why, Opie, would I invite that hell upon me? Hey, you know something? I was just here's my opinion. Why don't you sit down and have a shot? Let me, I don't...
I've seen this, by the way. Ed would always have to try to soften the beaches before he had to say something that might be construed as controversial.
Unpleasant.
Unpleasant, right.
I know there was a phase back in the 80s at some point.
Let her drink a little.
All right, take
a few more sips.
Now I've had my drink. I know the 80s, at some point in the 80s, it was kind of in to have long nails. A lot of girls had these talons for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's now 1996. Maybe you should cut them down a little. You could still have nails and go to the nail place and have them done, get the manicure and everything and paint them and everything. But maybe they could be a little shorter to short like your Is that how long you want them? As big as that excuse for a... Now look, there's no need to get personal stuff. It's just my opinion. The people I see really don't wear nails like that anymore. So, why don't you go yourself? I'll wear these... Look, how about I chase you around the house and go to scratch your eyes out with the nails?
I hope this is funny for others.
Happy Valentine's Day, Ed.
Because I lived this.
Wait.
Oh, with the nails.
So she would never really compare, make fun of your size, would she?
No, I was kidding about that. I know how that affects Jimmy.
How fast the fun drained out of the room for me.
No, I just thought that would be the ultimate insult for me. I don't even really remember the. It wouldn't be insult. She wouldn't really insult me as much as just get belligerent. And there wasn't. If there was an insult, it would kind of be refreshing because it would mean there was a thought process going on. It was just these things like, why don't you go yourself? Why? And then I try to be reasonable. Logically, try to tell me why I should go myself. Could you just, why are you saying that? I did nothing. 10 minutes ago, Everything was fine. Now I should go myself. What happened in those 10 minutes? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. You could go every minute. See, you're not making sense. I'm not making sense. You're not making sense. What changed? I really tried to get her to say, what changed over 10 minutes besides 10 shots?
I don't mean to laugh so hard. This is like, he's nailing this like you wouldn't believe.
And I've logically tried to explain.
How many times did I...
Didn't work.
Because Ed and I used to hang out a lot back in the day, and socially, how many times did I look at you and go, what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Everything was just
like, what
hunky-dory. What happened? I went to the bathroom
so many times.
Like, Opie, you go to the bathroom and come back.
I'm there. I'm watching the same stuff. I'm like, what happened? Did you, sign something to her?
I did nothing. I did nothing.
And it would be just like, hi.
All of a sudden, I'm like, what happened?
Like Dr. Bellows, you'd be like, Dr.
But just a second ago, but Major Nelson, I looked over here, and she was fine, and I came back, and, well, she's belligerent. What happened, Major? But then I saw there was a woman there, and 2 seconds ago, and now she's telling you to go yourself. Major Nelson. He's always so confused. That was Opie. What happened? I came back.
I would be so confused. Like, what could have possibly happened?
Oh, wow! It just got brutal. What fun! Happy Valentine's, everybody! And if you're planning on getting engaged, a lot of people do that on Valentine's Day. Congrats!
I was your pal back then. We would drive together. I've said this before. We would be pulling up to Aunt's old crib, and I go, you want to take a ride around the block? And he goes,
yeah, maybe we could stop off at the bar.
And then I'd go, so do I.
Yeah.
Little does the world know what's going on. They think we're just rock stars.
So do I. Oh.
It was miserable, huh?
I was so miserable. It would be completely. It was completely done. Like it was just
People
done.
Thought we had the greatest lives. Well, career-wise, of course we did.
Yeah.
Of course we did.
But there were times where all I wanted to do was not be in that house, and I'd walk in, and remember the candles? Where she thought that was going to save the marriage.
We would pull up to the house.
She thought this was going to save the marriage.
We would.
Oh, the candle.
I can't even talk.
I forgot about this.
I know what he's going to say.
Oh, it was horrible.
We would pull up to the house, and there would be candles lit all over, like
all
you could see
over
it
the
from
house.
The street.
And for a split second of joy, I thought the place was in flames.
and it wasn't Hanukkah. It wasn't
Hanukkah.
And it's not Jewish. It's like, why the candle? I asked. I'm like, Anthony, why the candle?
What are candles doing all over the place? Like, the lights are all out because we, obviously we did afternoons. So when we get home, especially in the winter, it would be dark out.
Yeah, we'd finally make it back to Huntington around 11.
Around 11, I don't know what the hell time it was. But we'd pull up to the house, and it's just lit up like when Carrie got back from the prom. I could see your dirty pillows. Let's go in the closet and pray. So he'd pull up to the house, and I would just go, oh, no. I go, oh, no.
It's
candle night. She thinks this is going to do it. Lighting candles. She thought that would, make the whole scene romantic. Meanwhile, romance was the last thing.
What was waiting for you inside? I never asked you that.
The candles, dinner, and then frolicking, if she wanted some type of frolicking. But what I would do would be eat dinner. The candlelight would kind of be disturbed by me turning the television on. And then I would work my way over to my desk going, blowing out the candles to the desk, boot up Half-Life, And play.
Because that's what you had, half a life.
That's what I had, half a life.
You had half a life.
Wow. Maybe that's why I enjoyed the game so much.
So you figured might as well play the other half online.
Oh, you just hear me walking. Blowing out candles along the way. It's over, Johnny.
I'm the potty pooper.
That's me. Shut up.
You don't want to make love?
Oh, dude.
Make love.
The greatest reaction.
Stop it.
Pulling up, and he would just have this look on his face like, oh, no.
Like, oh, no.
Not candle night.
Jesus, no, not candle night. Not candle night. Because in order for there to be candle night, I think she would have to be half in the bag. So it was candle night. And you'd come home. How you doing? Oh. Doing a lung test. Yes. Let's see how many I could blow out in one breath.
Did you say I love you a lot?
No. Especially, like, toward the end. There was just, maybe one of those, love ya, those stand-in for I love. When someone says I love you, and you get, love ya, love you back. You get that? It's over. It's just over.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Oh, if you get a me too. Love you, me too. I love myself, hate you. Love me.
Followed by a...
Back at you, kid. Back at you, kiddo.
Well, happy Valentine's Day
let me
to you and yours.
Let's wrap it all up by just wishing everyone for tomorrow happy Valentine's Day. No, it doesn't stop during the commercials.
I was going to say, just in case you were
Holy
wondering,
Jesus.
he hasn't stopped. I finally had to say, whoa, save it for the air.
It doesn't stop.
Jimmy asked him a question. Jimmy, what was your question again?
I don't remember. What was it?
Oh, did she ever embarrass you in public?
Oh, yeah, like, because you said that she would start drinking. I'm like, did she ever embarrass you in public?
By the way, this is the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, it was like her job. It was an occupation.
It was her job to annoy you in public.
The public embarrassment factor. Yeah. Again, it was, hanging out at a bar or something, and she'd be fine, a couple of drinks, and then wham, it would just hit, and it was over. It was just, a totally different person. And I bring up one time at Fire Island. We used to go out to Watch Hill out there, take the family boat, nice, big, what was it, 38-foot Sea Ray, nice boat. Take it out there and just park it in a slip and sit and party all weekend long. It was good times. Go out with the band. We'd set up and do a gig at the bar over there. Yeah, I had some really good times over there. And it would just always end up, again, in one of these fiascos. And the thing about the boat, getting on it, now this had been going on for years. My mother and Sal and everybody, all the friends had been going to Watch Hill for years. They all had their boats. All the friends had boats. And to get back on the boat from the dock, there's a little gangway. This thing is probably a couple of feet wide, and it would go from the dock to the back of the boat. And you'd walk up. It's very short. The boat is backed right up to the dock, so it's very short. But you had to walk over to get to the boat. Well, one evening, as she was walking back onto the boat, we hear a wah! Splash. She fell off the gangway into the green sewage water that everyone dumps their crap boxes from the boats into.
Their baby diarrhea.
Yeah, all the crap that comes out of the boat, out of the bilge. Oil
and gas, yeah. I'm sure, yeah.
She comes up looking like one of the Exxon Valdez penguins, just full of oil and crap and gook. Actually, I think someone had to stick their hand in and grab her and pull her out.
Okay.
And the wall of these docks that when they go down below water are just stuck with barnacles. So she tore up the side of herself so bad. And it was the water's so murky that it got that cat scratch red, and when you get a cat scratch, it's like, oh, it's a little scratch, and then the next day, medic! looks like your arm's going to fall off. That's what it was like over one whole side of her body. Just fell right in. Tipped over. I was watching the whole thing, too. She just walked, kind of went like sideways. Whoop! She splashed down. Right in there. Got pulled out. I fell in the water. Yes, you did. I can't believe I fell in the water. I can't. Yeah, I can't believe it either. It's terrible.
Did you try to help her out?
No, other people were there to give her a hand before I could actually get over there.
Yeah, Natalie Wood, really?
I just kind of, I was actually looking for the keys to start up the engines.
Ants on the dock. Wait for it. Wait. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you starting up the engine?
Propellers could be a little dangerous.
But that's, she embarrassed you? Oh, because she did that, that would be an embarrassment.
Yeah, everybody was watching. No one, the thing is, no one had fallen off of this thing in years. I mean, it's something you just didn't do. And people, believe me, were hammered. It's something you knew when you walked up that gangway. Even if, you were all teetery on the dock, you kind of lined yourself up and then ran for it. So, like, sheer momentum would carry you over.
How far of a walk was it?
It was probably 3 feet at the most from the dock to the back of the boat. 3 feet over a 2-foot wide gangway that you would kind of run up. You know when you got to get across something that's slim, you kind of, if you run a little bit, you get across it easier than if you tried walking across. That's kind of what you did. You just kind of gave it a little hop, skip, and a jump, and you're on the boat. And wham, halfway through. It's like she's on the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a gangway, and bam, right down into the water. Oh, what a great moment that was. Memories.
All right.
Just soaking wet and bleeding with oil all over her.
Would she ever start shit like around your family? Well,
Jimmy's a potty mouth.
That's not too good.
I love it. What happened there, Jimmy?
What do you say, Al?
I hope you got it, Al. What is it? $40,000.
You just saved the company 40 G's.
Oh, Al, it's $350,000. Oh, Ali.
What do you say, Al?
He got that one.
I'm sure he did. That's an easy one.
That's easy.
That's
crap.
pop fly.
Yeah, that's like boring. I'll catch this.
That's nothing.
I'll catch this with one hand.
One hand looking down on the run.
As I'm looking at the babe in the stands. I'm bored.
shagging. Oh, shagging.
Yeah. You're running back to the dugout because you know the inning's over. Pop, just grab
I
it.
thought this job would be a challenge. Anyway, what were you saying, Jimmy?
I was wondering, because it's like I know your mom and I know Sal, and I'm saying, would she ever get like weird, like, or uncomfortable around your family, like loud and embarrass you and start to fight?
Oh yeah. God, that had to start. Let me think. Oh, at my wedding. I kid you not.
Really?
She got into this screaming match with my brother.
At your wedding?
At my wedding.
Oh, my God.
To the point where my mother went, what the is wrong with her? This is wedded bliss. This is on the wedding
Did your
day.
mom say that to you?
Yeah. She goes, what?
Yeah, we got it.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be, what the is wrong with her? I was like, oh, well. And then, it started my 9 years of making excuses. That was it. I'm glad I got to start on day one. My 9 years of making excuses. Well, it's big day, had a little bit to drink, so, little crazy.
Nervous,
Yeah, because apparently my brother was trying to pick up on one of our cousins that were down from Massachusetts.
Isn't that what your family members are supposed to do at a wedding?
Of course it is.
Check out the new talent and see what you can get.
Of course.
Sneak into the bathroom and make waterheads.
Right. You pull the old Sonny Corleone up in the bedroom. That's what weddings are for.
So Joe is...
Sonny? Yeah, be right down.
So Joe's scooping out the talent.
Yeah. Yeah, and she, for some reason, found this disrespectful.
Scooping.
I know. What
Scooping
the
out,
was I trying to say there?
whatever.
Was checking out? Whatever.
Scoping?
Scoping,
right.
I meant to say, sure. Scoping out the town. Scooping, wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
at least you didn't do an incest reference about families that aren't related.
I enjoyed that, actually,
But it
Jimmy.
didn't make sense because Anthony's family wouldn't have been related to her family, so they wouldn't have made waterheads. I was totally...
Yeah, true.
Both of us went down together.
You were thinking that Brother Joe was picking up his own cousin.
Yeah, it was
I'll help you out.
So what
Yeah.
happened? So
So,
Joe was like trying to pick up
yeah.
someone from her family?
Yeah. Well, believe me, it's Joe. Would have just been, thank you, good night. She found this, disrespectful to do on the wedding day.
This grandiose wedding.
This grandiose class wedding
That was
not
happening,
a time or place to try to pick up a family member.
This grandiose
What do
wedding.
you think you're doing, you?
It was just like Princess Diane's wedding.
Oh, of course.
Had all the features.
Only wish it ended like her life did.
This grandiose wedding.
Flesh.
Weren't you
Flash
married
of
in a
photographers.
basement or something?
A basement. It was the actual wedding took place in Northport. As a matter of fact, right down the road, I wouldn't know this until later, but right down the road from Opie's house in Northport, where you were living when you were working at BAB.
Which church?
Wasn't a church. It was a justice of the peace that lived down there. It was some guy's house. I went to a guy's house.
To get married?
To get married. And this old guy comes out of this back room with his wife.
That he just banged?
Yeah, no, he's like some old guy.
They're probably swingers, though.
Maybe.
This is how they pick up.
Yeah, maybe. You never
Couples.
know. And so he comes out, blah, 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 blah. Everything was signed. And that's it. I was married. I was hoping, I would read in the paper that he was a fraud. For years, I was looking for his name, going, please, like fraud, justice of the peace, how many wedding marriages aren't real, and I'd be like, oh, please be this guy, please be. Damn it.
You're looking at the certificate, hoping they spelled Anthony wrong.
Yeah, just some
kind of like
glitch.
when you get a parking ticket.
Get out of a ticket. My car's red. Wow, this is a blue car.
Right.
I'm out.
Got my age wrong.
This is great. So justice of the peace.
Yeah.
And that's how the whole thing was supposed to happen. But then she started getting this bug about, well, my mom wants to come down and see. And then because that mom wants to come down, then my mother has to see because she'd feel left out. And then if these two are going to be there, then this one. And before you knew it, there was a lot of people with nowhere to go for a wedding because I didn't have the proverbial pot to in or a window to throw it out of, as they say. So we had this huge bunch of people and nothing to really do with them. No planning went behind this. So it was just like, we'll go to the bar my mother works at and set up some kind of chafing dishes with some ziti in it. Yeah.
Awful, huh?
Bon voyage, couple. Have a good one. Godspeed. Some ziti and a Carvel wedding cake.
There's nothing worse.
I was the only one with
ziti.
a bar wedding cake. That was me.
Aunt was married in Northport and honeymooned in East Northport.
That was it. Honeymoon in Comac. What a mess. Yeah, so that was it. It was a justice of the peace. And then the big argument, because then we all went back to the house we were living at. And there was a carryover of the party there. And that's where the big blowout with my brother happened. And I'm making excuses already. Like, oh, yeah, well, how it is.
But knowing your brother, he wasn't disrespectful. He was just trying to pick up a...
No, it had nothing to do with...
Just trying to pick up a girl at a wedding.
Nothing to do with being disrespectful. It's what guys do at weddings. First of all, it was not, but this is the unreasonable thing I was talking about.
Right.
What are you doing? Yeah. And she went up. That's right. Oh my God, it's all coming back to me. It wasn't only because my brother was at the point where he just turned around and said, something, you, and just walked away from the fight.
Oh boy.
So she walks up to my mother.
Boy.
My poor mommy is sitting on a couch with duct tape on the arm.
I can't even look.
In a house full of cat hair. In this little crap hole basement apartment.
Yeah.
She's sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
And my brand new bride walks up to my mother, gets right in her face and goes, "Your son is a hole." And my mother's just like sitting there and looks at me like, "Excuse me?" You know, I been around a few too many years to have to put up with this kind of Anthony.
Didn't you learn from me?
Yeah, didn't you learn from me?
Right. So glad you picked up on that life lesson.
She started yelling at my mother, calling my brother an a-hole.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, oh boy, this is not going well.
How glad are you?
More booze!
How glad are you that you never had kids?
I could not be happier.
And how'd you escape that one?
I don't know. Luck of the draw, my friend.
Fan of your face.
Luck of the draw. Fan of your face.
Well, we know what Ed chose.
Back to Zsa Zsa rules. Fan of your face.
But how long did you date this chick for? Because I didn't know any. I don't know any of your.
It was. Let me think.
But you don't know his ex?
No, I met her one time
so
at your dad's wake. Actually, it's the only time I ever met or saw her. I didn't know what she looks. I wouldn't remember her when she walked in this room.
Was she surprised you weren't serving cocktails? Jesus.
So how'd you escape the old children?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. You figure 8 years. Just luck of the draw, I guess, timing. Because at some point, because she wanted to have kids, too. So at one point, we went to this, in Boston, went to this fertility clinic to see if one of us had a problem. And, I had to give a little sample. And they checked it out, and mine checked out fine. They're like, look at them. Look at them. They're swimming. There's plenty of them. It's like a party going on.
They all got goatees. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're ready to fertilize. Maybe they knew. They saw it and one of them held all of them back. Wait, guys! Boys, hold on!
Boys, stop in your tracks. Look, I know you want to do this. The egg is right here. But I implore you, don't touch it. It will be years of misery. Turn around and go back the way you came. C-A-M-E, Al. Oh, same way, isn't it? Sorry. Send that back the way it came.
You think they would try to just avoid it altogether and go, all right, look, aim for the thighs.
It was one of those situations where, I got checked out, and then I guess we never pursued it past that as far as checking out to see if everything was okay.
So she just assumed you were the problem.
I don't know.
Well, you were always the problem in her
perhaps.
eyes.
Perhaps that was it. I was just the problem.
In her eyes.
What I could do no right.
Right.
That was pretty
Poor
much
Anthony.
it.
Dude, I can't get enough of this. This is I can't comprehend it.
Because it keeps happening. See, you know how I can't comprehend a lot of the things? This is how I feel when you talk. Like, you can't possibly... You're looking at me like...
Jimmy.
Yeah,
yes.
This is what it looks like.
Wait, is this a tranny story? I get it.
This is why I don't know why. And I don't know why I stayed in it that long. It just years kind of went by, and then once the radio gig came along, I was so fixated on that.
That's what I tell people.
That it just didn't matter. I could care less who I was married to at that point in my life.
That's what I tell people, because they ask me, because I stayed in my relationship way too long, and I'm like, I think Aunt and I were in the same place, and we were like going for this radio goal that it was like, we problems, but whatever. Just focused on our careers and made it.
I might have been out of my marriage sooner if I didn't get into radio. I think I might have been out of it sooner.
Right.
But, who knows?
We were taking on the world, so it was like, all
was.
that crap was secondary. It was like, I'll get to that eventually.
We don't have major change, too.
What?
When you're doing, when you get a big gig, you don't need, a major personal life change, too. Sometimes, leave the status quo. It's all right. I'm working on this. I don't want
that didn't even matter, either. To me, especially we had just gotten the gig and everything, and it was brand new, radio to me. I'd never done it before, so any problems in the marriage was offset by I don't care.
Honestly,
I'm friggin' going to a dream gig.
And honestly, if we were in good relationships, we would have still had to put all that on hold and make some sacrifices because this was it. It was happening. We were in the moment.
Yeah.
It just made it easier because that was what it was. You know what I mean? We had to work our asses off back in the day. Now we don't work at all. This is beautiful.
Wedding day. Can't believe she yelled at my mother on our wedding day.
How long
totally
did you
forgot about that. Oh, right. It had to be about, let me see. It's just short of a year.
Oh, wow. That's kind of
short of a year.
What happened?
Yeah. It was short of a year that we were going out. But again, I had said before, I had thought it was time, for me to get married. I had to be a big boy. I had to be an adult. I used to go down to the bar where my mother used to work and sit down, and everybody that was there, I was still like Rosie's kid, I was like, hey, Rosie, get your kid a drink. And it's like, well, I'm Rosie's kid. I'm not a guy. I'm not going to be a guy until I start doing I'm not going to be a man guy until I start doing man guy things. And getting married is one of them. So I figured now is time to do that, get a house, do things that you're supposed to do when you grow up. And then I realized, this growing up crap is for the birds. I'm going to stay a man-child.
Okay, I have one. There's a lot more to get to.
Oh, of course there is.
First, I can't believe that he was a codependent. I can't believe Anthony was a codependent. This is ours. I have to say,
ridiculous.
How did you ask her? I can't picture him being...
Oh, that story is just stunning.
Story?
Oh, we've told that one.
It's ridiculous.
Really? Yeah.
It's one of the saddest, most ridiculous... unromantic stories.
We got to save it for another time.
Yeah.
We're late. We're late.
We got to
go sell some more crap. We'll be back.